So here we are at a little nuke that we put together not that long ago, but a month. Now we traditionally don't try to get into these, and we want to not disturb them, but here's the problem. We need to find out, first of all, if there's a queen. If there is a queen, then we know because there'll be babies by now. It's been a month. If we don't have a queen, that's another problem. The other question is, this little nuke is from my dad, probably about 70 years old. So the issue will be, do we think it'll last the summer? So if we have a queen, the question is, do we then need to take all the bees and put them in a regular box like this so they can survive the winter? Let's have a look. Now you'll notice that I finally figured out how to get the smoker going. And it's the best way to help bees, I think, because you don't crush them. They get a little worried about smoke, but then they quickly realize it's not a fire and they go back to normal. So don't be alarmed when you see me with the smoke. It's to protect them. I'm fully protected, so from my head all the way down to my toes, although I forgot my work boots, I just realized, so they could get me in the ankles. Other than that, I'm okay. So let's have a look. So we're gonna pop it. Oh, that sounds a little weird. Now you can see it's falling apart. This hive is really, oh, a bee just stung me through my gloves. There's a first time. Yo, that's pretty interesting. Never got stung like that before. Anyway, right through the leather. So I'm putting a little bit of smoke around to tell them to stay away. And I'm not sure, but I'm going to find out shortly if we have any eggs here. I'm not thinking so. Now, this is a comb created by the bees. All we gave them was the top bar. You can see how beautiful that is. But again, we're not seeing any. I'm just going to slide this down to see again. Now this one may actually have, so I'm going to put my little hanger here. Now you don't want to turn this parallel, because if I turn this parallel, we will have a problem, and the comb could in fact break. So you want to keep it like this to protect it. Now I already know that this little nuke is not very good, so I doubt it's going to survive. Okay, full of honey and nectar, no babies. So there's no queen there. No sign of a queen there. Nope, no eggs there. So, may explain why they're a little itchy. When they don't have a queen, they get itchy. Nectar, pollen, you can see, but no queen. So, this is our problem, folks. We now have a queenless hive in this nuke. It's the final one I'm looking at. Again, they created this comb all on their self. Look at that, amazing. But again, there is no queen. So we're gonna have to make a decision here on combining this hive with another hive. And I'm trying to understand how we would go about doing that. And we have the hive next door. We'd need to put a newspaper down and then a large box. You can hear them singing, but they're very unhappy in a way. Not so much that I'm here, but because they don't have a queen. So this hive was a late split, and it's in fact queenless. So I'm going to put the lid back on right now, and we're going to go have a look at one other hive that I did split about the same time to see what's going on there. Let's see what we can do. So this hive here we split about the same time as the last one we just looked at. And the idea is, do they have a queen? Because if they have a queen, we may be able to take the bees from the other hive we just looked at and combine them so that they have a home, a second home. Now it looks like there's not a lot going on here on the second floor, which is probably a good thing. Oh shoot, my mistake. Sorry dear. Sorry dear. They're not happy of what just happened here. And so we're going to set that aside for a moment. And wow, we're going to have a look on what's going on to see if we can in fact create a combined hive with where we just left. Now to do that, we're going to have to find a set of bees where we will see a queen, or at least not the queen, but the I think I'll start from this end because it's empty. Yeah. Put my holder on here. And again, we don't like to open up the hives too often, but when there's a question coming to the winter of perhaps not a queen, the question is, do we need to help them out? Now there's some honey, no queen. More honey. I'm seeing some drone eggs, but I'm not seeing any queen, worker larvae or little ones. Let's have a quick look. Oh yeah, there's a queen. Fantastic. So we're going to put, I hope you can see that. See all the babies, larvae, all those larvae. So here's the exciting news. We're going to take the hive we just saw. We're going to put it with this hive in a newspaper, first time I've ever done this, to separate the two. So what will happen is the bees will eat through the newspaper. That's a bad box anyway, we'll have to get rid of that box. The bees will be able to eat through the newspaper and get to the next level of where they want to go. So what we're going to do is put this box back up. Put her back up. First I have to take off my container. And put this back on. They're a little nasty right now, but you'll see what we're going to do. Put this back on top. And because it's like that, we'll go backwards on it. They won't mind. They'll figure it out. Go like so. Put on our rock. We'll be back in a minute. Next week, I'll finish the story as I combine these two hives. What will happen? Will it work? I'll finish the story next week. Have a great one.